Hello everybody. So today I have been staring at the coffee station because I made myself a coffee this morning as per usual, and there's a few things that are really bugging me with this station. So we had a plant here which hid these cables, which is fine. I think the plant will go back. This mess is going to be put under here in the storage. But over here it just kind of feels like this stuff just accumulates, and I want to create a little shelf that perfectly fits in this area that has a home for each one of these items. That way they get returned to their place. And then over here, I want to create something that will cover all four of these outlets. So this, I'm thinking of creating some kind of wooden cover that goes over the top that I can laser cut to save time from 3D printing. And basically will cover the cables and also kind of nicely lead them all going down. First things first, let's clean this up. So what's on top is all that needs to be on top. So I have my handy dandy tiny notebook, and I basically just write down those measurements that I just took. That way I can get, obviously a little bit further along when I'm in the editing software. And obviously I like to also kind of draw, and it can be, usually the drawings start off very ugly. As you can see, these are my four outlets and the box. And then on here, I want to do some kind of fun design that maybe has a tribute to the mural that we have on our wall over there. To be fair, I came up with that idea about the mural literally as I was making the video. And a lot of times with projects, I like to just roll with that. If I came up with the idea, I'm just gonna go with it. And as I design it, I'll probably change it. But there's always a shot that the first idea was the one I'll go with. And I think there's something really important. It's like when you do morning pages where you just like let your brain do free flow thinking. For me, that's huge. If I get, kind of a little bit too nitpicky in my own head, I'll just completely stop the project and give up. And that's something we don't want to do when we are creating for fun. So as you can see, I've got my first box set up here. It's 11.5 centimeters square. And I just put it around this image, and I know that this is 11.5 because I can look at it here based on the ruler. So that's super simple. We're not even making any cutouts for these because the whole point is for them to be covered. So basically I just need to create a 3D box that then I'll cut with flat lay. So I'll use different kind of jointing techniques to get it to be together. And we knew from measuring that it needs to be 9 centimeters deep. So here's my 3D box. And then the depth was going to be 55 centimeters, which is going to look huge on here. But this is how big it is. And each one of these panels basically is just going to be a piece of 3mm wood. And on this front panel, I'll engrave some fun things. These really bent up as they cut. This is the problem with using like thin wood basically, is most likely it's gonna warp as you cut it, and then this is gonna lead to cutting problems. That's okay because I can fix that with the Dremel. Most of what I was concerned about is because I changed the size, is that they are gonna fit together. So that's what we're gonna test. This is good to test. I think it's gonna work. So right now I have it very just like held together, but as you can see, it's still pretty sturdy, just even being held together. What I'm testing now is if the fit over this is good or if it's not. There's two options. Okay, I think it's good. One thing is the cables are definitely pushing on it because I'm holding it down. doesn't want to be straight because the cables are so thick that it's pushing it to the side. So I need to come up with a way to resolve that. Another thing is unfortunately I couldn't make it as long as I wanted because the wood length that I have is 18. But as you can see, when I let go of it, it gets pushed by all these cables to just do whatever they want. Okay, I will say it looks a lot better from the front than from that weird angle I had it at, so it's looking pretty nice actually. And it's actually pretty straight. Especially once I secure it to the wall, it's going to be perfectly straight, but now I just need to take it off. Okay, so I went ahead and measured all of these items that are over here, and right now I am cutting a box that I designed on Cuddle XYZ. It's a really cool website that you guys need to check out, and we're going to see if it all works. Also, so the organizer over there for the coffee started out like this mess. And usually what I do is I just go over there with my measuring tape and I measure each of the individual items and then I write it down. And I basically lay them out in what needs to be there. And then I quickly realize that they don't need to all be in one line. They can actually stack and it can be a shorter thing. And then basically from there, I do a kind of rough idea of the layout. So this actually is going this way. And I see which size I need each area to be. And then I also did a quick drawing of kind of another idea, which this is having the milk carafes hanging off the side, which I still want to kind of lean into that idea. But yeah, just doing doodles. This is the Remarkable tablet. I love it. I take it everywhere. And I'm always doing product design on it. So as you can see, I have all my pieces here. I'm gonna just kind of take a guess on how this goes together. Assume these need to go down. Now let's go see if we can successfully take it over without it falling apart to go test everything fitting inside of it. That this would live here. Vacuum. Snug. Perfect. But this is actually gonna stay in the back. Because it's used less. Scale is going to go, oh, it's meant to be on this side, I do believe. So the vacuum goes there, coffee beans, yep, this, and my milk blender. The milk blender can go here, can live there for now. Because the vacuum also equally fits in this one, which is fine. Everything in that little cubby is already looking so much nicer than when it was just all on there without it. I'm trying to decide if I actually want to engrave anything onto this. I kind of like how simple it looks. I feel like it matches the vibe. My thought was to basically to engrave the mural we have over here on this wall, like a version of it, but onto that piece of wood. It's just like, I kind of like it looking clean. As you can see, it's trying to fall off the wall. I just realized something though. If I were to cut, because I didn't glue this together yet, if I were to cut like here and here, and then I were to create two boxes that could slip into those two grooves, I could put succulents right here and here. And succulents are nice because they don't need to be watered, like basically at all. And they look nice. So maybe I'll do that. I'm thinking of running over, there's a plant store literally like a 1-minute drive from here that I'm gonna run over to and hopefully get 2 or 3 succulents that I can put in that outlet cover. I love the idea of covering electricity with plants. And it seems safe. Now that I said that out loud, I'm like, I just covered electricity with wood. But like, it hasn't been throwing sparks. You let me know in the comments if it's a fire hazard. You guys, I have my bundle of 6 air plants. I've just learned though that they're best to be hung upside down because that replicates how they are in the wild. And the way that my design is not for that. Okay, so I'm going to detach this front piece now. I only had it gaff taped together, and so we're gonna cut the holes in it for our succulents. The concept is that there will be holes that I can then shove these succulents into, and I'm thinking of doing 5 or 6 holes because I have 6 succulents. And basically I just need to take the measurement for the average of the base of each of the succulents, I think it's gonna be about 1 inch on average, and then that way they'll stay and not fall through. So one of the coolest features that the Xtool S1 has, because it doesn't have a camera, is being able to actually put this where you want it to mark. So I'm going to start it off in this corner. I don't want any markings over here anyways. It actually is at its farthest left point. So I'm going to mark that first point, and then I'm actually going to drag it all the way to where I want it to end, which is going to be about here. And I mark my second point. So now it has the rectangle pathed. And when I go back to the computer, I'm making sure that I have my design sitting inside of this rectangle that I created. Okay, so you can see here the rectangle that it created, and then I have the holes that I want it to cut. I'm just going to go ahead and place these about, and then we'll go ahead and cut it. Doing a test framing on where that cut is going to be just to make sure it looks good. Looks good, so I just need to kind of move these a little bit so that things aren't running into it, and we're good to go. So we got those first 2 circles. Okay, that took like 30 seconds. Now we will see. I think they will, especially because I varied the sizes. So we're just gonna do a little test. I think we should. Obviously it needs to finish drying, so there's a bunch of tape holding it together with the glue. But I'm pretty happy with this test fit. Some of the succulents fit better than others, but it definitely turned out how I envisioned it. Okay, the coffee bar is looking a lot more organized, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video, kind of watching the process of making this organizer over here, and also this fun succulent plant little house over here. Yeah, just a little bit of the creative process and how I come up with ideas and taking them from the idea to the final product, which is over here. And if you guys enjoyed these videos, if you guys enjoyed this video, let me know in the comments what you would like to see more of, or if you just want to see more of this style of video. As I take you around the studio and just kind of showcase each of the different machines and everything I use to just do little fun daily ideas like this. For me, it's like the greatest form of creative expression is just to make things as I go and as I think of them. It feels really good. So yeah, I hope you guys have a great day, and I hope you're doing well. Peace.